Hi, my name is Willie. I'm 31 years old and I live in San Jose, California. The experience I'm going to share with you today happened about 6 months ago with the San Jose Police Department's Violent Crime Enforcement Team. I have a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine named Jason, who is a sergeant with the unit, and he offered me the opportunity to go on a ride along with him during one of his shifts. Since I'm trying to become a police officer myself, I jumped on the opportunity to do so. I think the most rewarding moment of that evening was being able to witness two operations in action. Jason explained to me early in the shift that each officer is responsible for his own cases, for developing his own cases, and uh, finding out the intelligence on specific suspects, locations that they're staying at, and creating a report to present to each team member. Report has a ton of information on it, as you would expect. Who else is living at the house, if there are any children at the home, any other dangers that you might need to be concerned about. Create an entry team, and each officer has a specific role in the report, and they even explain, or they'll even write in where the nearest hospital is in case anything should go wrong, and they'll even say whose vehicle they're going to be using in case an officer is wounded, and who has the keys for that vehicle and where they're at. So everything's well thought out during these reports, or in these reports. So Jason explained that ahead of time, and then I was fortunate enough to be able to witness two of these reports being given to the team members. One was by a veteran officer, and the other was by, actually, it was the first case that he had actually worked and presented to the team. So I got to compare and contrast their styles. And being with Jason, him being a sergeant, I was able to discuss it with him afterwards, and he explained what went well and what didn't go well during those presentations. So that was just extremely informative for me. After the presentations were given, everybody jumped in their vehicles, and we headed over to whichever house we were going to hit at the time. As soon as they pulled up, everybody jumped out of their vehicles and just lined up and hit the house. There was no waiting. It was go time as soon as you got out of the car. So your adrenaline was pumping. You could feel the excitement in the air, and I was a part of it too. I was able to walk up on the house with the team, because we parked a few houses down the way, and I walked down the street with the team, and you almost feel like you're part of the action, even though you're really not. So as soon as we'd reach the house, the team would go up the driveway, and then I would sit back on the sidewalk and just observe from afar, and I got to listen and see everything that was going on. After the team made their entry, after everything was secure, they actually allowed me to go in the houses too and observe them searching the houses for whatever it is they were searching for at the time. And then at the end of the day, they would all group together, and everybody would perform and do a self-evaluation about what they felt they did right during the entry and what they could improve upon. So the whole experience was just a very rewarding experience. Learned a ton that whole day, and it was just a lot of fun. I think naturally it was fun because I want to become a police officer. So anytime I'm learning any information is great for me. But also it's knowledge that I could gain out of a book, but experiencing that knowledge made it much more exciting for me. It helped me to retain that information. I can look back now, and since I held one of those reports in my hand, I know I can remember easier what's on, what type of information is most important, what was on each page, because I held it in my hand. I got to see it, and I got to see it go into action. I got to see it come to life. So for me, that was truly rewarding and a lot of fun. And I think really at the end of the day, what really made it fun, what really made it exciting, was that I could be part of the team, or so to speak, and I could be part of the team, and I could feel the excitement, and I could feel the adrenaline rush, but I didn't have any of the responsibility that those officers did, and I didn't have any of the concerns that they did, and I could sit from afar, and I could enjoy the show, and I think at the end of the day, that's really what made it a lot of fun. That was my experience.